also some other circumstances on top of that. Once you turn 30, will you have to stop looking at nudes that 18-year-olds send you? I mean, I don't know who the fuck is what? What do you? This is like such a ridiculous question. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay, there you go. Like, if a porn star is like 18, 19 years old, I will not fap to it. Okay, you have my promise. I will make sure that I know the kind of sex work that I'm consuming is ethical. 25 isn't arbitrary. It's literally when your brain becomes fully developed and doesn't generally develop much more beyond that point. Yeah. "25 dating a 40 is weird, man. Come on. What's it to you, motherfucker? Once you've been literally fucking actually paying taxes and shit, like, you're gonna tell a 25-year-old they can't date someone? Shut the fuck up. Actually, shut the fuck up. Like, you're unironically being ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, there's people who have this take about 18 plus. I still think that, like, 18 plus are pretty young. As a matter of fact, here's another point. When you're 25 years old and you're dating like a 65-year-old person, oftentimes the role is reversed, where they will assume that the younger person is more predatory than the older person in that power dynamic. Absolutely zero people, I assume, are going, oh my God, I can't believe this 60-year-old really swindled this 25-year-old. It's often literally the opposite, that the 25-year-old is probably dating the 60-year-old for some other reasons. Money. I did not mention gender on purpose, but don't do a self-report there. You understand what I mean? Watching 18, 19-year-old porn is unethical and anti-leftist. Yeah.
It's interesting. Now, this has been said many times about Twitter, but it's possibly one of the worst places for discourse. This is primarily due to the character limit dissuading nuance and the algorithm favoring inflammatory responses over careful argument. Twitter is overwhelmingly against Sam Taylor Johnson in this, and I do believe they have the best intentions, but the delivery is iffy. The streets are finally saying Aaron Taylor Johnson is finally getting a divorce from that crypt keeper. Y'all better not be playing with my faint young and extremely fertile heart. I know Aaron Taylor Johnson was spotted with his hag wife again, but I'm not giving up on their divorce. This how everyone finna fight over Aaron Taylor Johnson when he finally get divorced. Crying emoji. Aaron Taylor Johnson and his wife. Waiting outside Aaron Taylor Johnson.
It's kinda fucked up. At this point, it's fucked up. Because he's like, it's too late, dude. The grooming happened already. Like, he's locked in, you know what I'm saying? It's literally like, he's fucking 30, dude. He's 30 years old. You're like roasting a 30-year-old for being in a committed relationship with a 50-year-old. You know what I mean? It's done. I mean, good luck. You can get upset all you want all day long, but like, at this point, it's like you can't. You're just being kind of a dick at this point.
House to make sure those divorce papers arrive. Anyone want anything? No, wait. I heard that Aaron Taylor Johnson is getting divorced, and there's a meme of a black woman because that's all that Twitter is now, and a known transphobe. So I'll be there for him with open arms and open legs and an open mouth. First glance, these aren't too egregious, right? They're little jokey jokes in celebration of them possibly getting divorced. But there's two main issues here. One is that some of them fall back on sexist words like hag, which I don't think should be used to criticize an older woman when there's so many other valid reasons to criticize her. But those aren't the ones I'm really concerned about. Aaron Taylor Johnson is an attractive man, and I don't think that's a controversial statement. So of course he is going to have people crushing on him online. And that's kind of how it is for attractive public figures. However, there's a line here that people...
What? Sarah Paulson is dating someone 32 years older than her? And nobody thinks it's weird that they started dating ages 40 and 72? Yeah, like, you can't. Like, what, you're gonna tell a 40-year-old woman she can't date, like, someone 30 years older? Like, good luck, dude. I mean, seriously, she's fucking 40. Like, what are you're telling 40-year-old women what they can and can't do? Bro, it literally does not matter. It fucking does not matter. I do not give a shit if the person is 80. I do not give a shit if the person is 100. If you're 40 years old and you're fucking dating someone, and I feel the same way about 25 too. Like, 25 for me is the cutoff point. Anyone who's like, oh my God, I can't believe you fucking dated a 25-year-old. Like, what is it to you? What is it to you? I don't give a fuck if the person is 100 years old and if the guy's 100 years old and the girl is 25 years old. I still don't give a fuck. Obviously, what's going on there is a little bit different than our understanding of a traditional relationship. But like, what are you, gonna police a 25-year-old's relationships? Like, you're fucking insane. The only reason why this is more spicy as a story, and I keep repeating myself, is not because he was 18 and she was 42. That's fucking very weird, okay? That is weird. Very, very weird. But most importantly, because she was the director of a movie that he was literally starring in, and he was the first, that was like his first job. Okay?
People on Twitter just seem to be barreling over. I'm concerned about the people rooting for their divorce simply so that they can have a chance. And I know that this is a joke, and I know that they don't really think that there's a possibility of them dating or whatever. However, instead of arguing that he should get a divorce because he's been groomed and he's a victim, they argue that he should get a divorce so that they can have a chance with him. And as
also, even no matter what happens, like 18 plus, no matter what happens, I consider it weird, but that doesn't fucking change the reality that one, it's legal, and two, there could be other circumstances that you don't understand, like that we just can't comprehend. We oftentimes do literally infantilize anyone between the age of like 18 to 25 to a ridiculous degree. Okay? Which is why I think the 18-year-old age of consent is good. Good. It's good. It's not perfect. You can't have a perfect age of consent. It's good. Like, in some instances, you know, people will advocate to make it higher. In some instances, people will advocate to make it lower, and that's kind of weird. Okay, don't fucking do that. It's definitely weird. Okay, it's a weird thing to advocate for. Age of consent being 18, solid. Okay, not perfect, but you can't make it perfect. Just can't.
As a result, they resexualize him in a different context. I don't believe that this is their intention, but in these tweets, he is treated as a reward rather than a human being. Human beings are not sexual commodities to be passed around. This is objectification, and there's another layer to it because it's done in the name of helping a victim. I said earlier that I hesitate to make this video because I didn't want this case to seem like the most egregious one. And while that is true, I have another reason. Aaron Taylor Johnson is a human. Meaning he's complex, he has layers and feelings. I know, it's really hard to imagine. And he has stated on multiple occasions that he is uncomfortable with the speculation into their relationship. I mean, Sam has too, but I don't really care about her. And that is a valid feeling for him to have. Even if you think somebody is in a bad situation, they have every right to feel like they're being intruded on. However, there comes a point when the problem becomes bigger than just this one relationship. If Aaron ever does see this video, which is incredibly unlikely, but regardless, if he ever does see this video, I do apologize.
It should be 25? No, I don't think age of consent should be 25. That is like a completely psychotic take. I'm just gonna let you know again. That is literally the most psychotic, puritanical fucking take. Nah, fuck it, dude. Make it 35 while you're at it. Make it 55, dude. Age of consent should be 55. Like 25 is actually unironically fucking insane. Okay? That's crazy. That's actually crazy, dude. What the fuck? Age of consent 25 with Romeo and Juliet laws? No. No. No, not with fucking Romeo and Juliet laws, dude. What the fuck? What the fuck? Age of consent should be different for each person. Random number generated. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah, make sex illegal across the board.
Apologize for the things I've said that have made him uncomfortable, but
I think the difference is like you can have consensual sex after the age of 18, but it might be like, you know, under weird circumstances. And this is like a gray area that will always exist in sex that people often will immediately regard as like, oh, that's just rape. Like, we have very black and white opinions on these sorts of issues on the internet. And it also feels good when you have a black and white issue on a subject like this, because then you're like, the battle lines are drawn. And I have my, you know, I have my point of view and everyone else has my point of view and it's great. Like, whatever. You're right. No one is the same. Some people are ready for sex earlier or way later. It'll never be perfect. Yeah. Weird because people from Germany say we oddly infantilize people around 16. It's something culturally normal here to be pretty much an adult at 16. Not saying I agree. It's just weird how other cultures see it. Not including more extremist views.
this is an inherently uncomfortable topic. I've said multiple times so far that I don't want to be speculative with this video. I wanted to present the facts of their relationship and say what I thought was wrong with them. There are aspects to this relationship that I can't prove that just seem off to me. Like how private they are, the fact that she seems to dominate every interview, or the fact that he looks at her for approval.
Age of consent is 15 in France, and they keep trying to lower it. Yeah, that's France, bro. They're on some different shit. Oh, Christ, dude. Who the fuck's trying to lower age of consent if it's 15? Oh my god. It is way too high. We must lower it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Fifteen is way too high. We need to lower this age of consent.
Isolated, none of these things would be like a huge hullabaloo for me, but because this relationship started out with this huge age gap and power imbalance, it's hard not to read into it. And so I understand when people are speculative about the relationship. Whether or not they go about it the right way is a completely different story. But the point is, no matter how you slice it, their relationship is inherently toxic simply because of how it started. And there's nothing anyone can say to me that will convince me otherwise. And this whole relationship is just a microcosm of several other issues, including white feminism, sexualization of children, sexual abuse, biased media, pedophilia, and several others. And this issue isn't just about Aaron Taylor Johnson. It's about Anna Nicole Smith. It's about Millie Bobby Brown.
In a lot of these countries, the reason why the age of consent is low is so there's more freedom and children don't get fucking unfairly punished. Not so that like 50-year-olds can fuck 14-year-olds, okay? I think. I assume it's not so that like 30-year-olds can take advantage of like 15-year-olds and fuck them. Because America having a age of consent being 18 ends up actually getting kids, like other kids, in trouble. Maybe I'm being too nice though. I don't know. But that's my suspicion. Nah, dude, the pedophile lobby is very powerful in France. Oh, Jesus Christ. Also, I mean, we have a conversation about age of consent, except like in most fucking states in America, age of consent is not only much lower than 18, but also on top of that, there's like child marriages that happen too. Weird take is you can argue to keep lowering it. The video author made a good point, and it's the issue of commodification. While I'm against pedophilia, the state enforcing laws on sex relationships doesn't remedy the root issues that lead to pedophilia and a slew of other sexual issues. That being said, at the current state, I feel like jail sentencing is the only immediate solution to pedophiles. Yeah, I agree. In 1977, a petition was addressed to the French Parliament calling for the abrogation of several articles of age of consent law and the decriminalization of all consensual relationships between adults and minors below the age of 15. The age of consent in France. Kids getting in trouble is why there's courts to interpret the law? Yeah. That's what I mean. Like 18-year-olds dating 16-year-olds and shit. But again, there's a lot of young people in the chat and they'll say like, that's unacceptable. So I don't know.
Brown, Suni Previn, Anthony Rapp, these people who have been abused and sexualized by the media and the system. I have very little faith they're going to get a divorce. They've been together too long without any serious issues, so what's the point of this video? I guess I just wanted to add more nuance to the conversation, because when the only place getting heated about their relationship is Twitter, chances of nuance are low. Sam Taylor Johnson is a predator, whether she knows it or not. That needs to be said, and it is not negotiable or debatable. I would also like to add, please don't harass them. I don't even know how one would, considering neither of them have social media. But if people go and spam their email or call her a hag or whatever, then there's a possibility I won't get to make more videos about sexual assault and Marvel.
Warriors Max will basically be in the high school with them and a sex ed class. My friend who was 17 was getting hit on by a 23-year-old. What are your thoughts on that? It's definitely weird and also illegal. For a reason. You're on The Verge? Yeah, I know. I gave an interview to The Verge. Tom Piker on the problem with the YouTube debate culture. Personally, I think all of this is bullshit. This was supposed to be like on background, but then she liked this so much, she was like, I'm going to make this an article on its own. Where I was going to give like quotes for a larger issue, like a larger thing that she's covering. I literally heard someone say, your age divided by 2 plus 7 and you're in the clear back in high school. I mean, Wait, why are you hostling that? Your age divided by 2 plus 7 is literally like, that is the metric for how certain things aren't weird. It's if you're 18, like if you're 17, it's, or if you're 20, that's still 17. 17 to 20 is not that weird. Wait, canceled? Why am I canceled? 20 and 17 isn't ... great. Like, I it's 17 years old and 20 years old. The fuck are you guys talking about? Like, if you could have been in high school together, you could have met in high school. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? If 17 to 20 is not okay, then why is 18 and 21 okay? Or do you guys think 18 and 21 is not okay either? Like, this is what I mean. Like, what are you guys talking about? Are you going to say yikes to an 18-year-old dating a 21-year-old? Really? Or are you guys saying that because of Carson? Well, the reason for Carson is entirely different than just like 17 and 20. I talked about this back then too, when that shit first popped off. I'd bet a ton of Chatter's parents are 3-ish years apart. That would be very weird for me, at least. I don't know. My mom and dad age difference is 10 years. It's most Turks have a 10-year age difference that I know, at least in my immediate family. So I'm actually surprised. I think you fit the exact example Zoomers feel weird about. Wait, what? 17 and 20? 17 is underage, though, no? Yeah, but the other person is 20 years old. It goes both ways, chat. If you think that, like, the brain is underdeveloped at the age of 20, and it's fucked up if a 20-year-old is having sex with, like, if a 20-year-old's having sex with, like, a fucking 40-year-old, then why doesn't it go the other way around? Like, your logic is odd, but it's fine. No, it's not. I'm saying the exact same thing. It's even less developed as 17. No, I understand that. But like a 20-year-old, if you're saying a 20-year-old is a kid and is going to get like, if a 20-year-old's a kid and is going to get groomed by an older person, which is what a lot of people make, which is what a lot of people are saying, then the 20-year-old still has an underdeveloped brain. If you're under 25 in the chat, your opinion means nothing. Yeah, I mean, if a couple wasn't literally birthed within 1 hour of each other, it's rape. It's between a kid and an adult. You think a 20-year-old is an adult? What the fuck? Do people think that like do people think that like you become like by a stroke of magic and a full-blown developed adult at the age of 18 or something? That's why I said it's weird when you're 20 and like you're hooking up with someone who is like a lot older than you, right? I don't know. A 17-year-old literally isn't even legally able to have the responsibilities of an adult, while a 20-year-old has been for years. Yeah, dude. When you're 20, you've been an adult for 10 years. But when you're 17, you're not an adult yet. and you have a long way to go. Don't you know that's how it works? Have you met a 20-year-old? Majority of the ones I know live with their parents and don't have jobs. Yeah. They want to arrest kids dating in high school if one turns 18 during it. Yeah, literally. Lock them up. Imagine being 20 and where you were personally. Now remember when you were 17? Yeah, I am. I was a fucking idiot when I was 20. Like an absolute fucking moron. "17 and 20 is the literal thing that borders the line of uncomfortability for us Zoomers. It becomes a weird discourse. Then why is 18 and 21 okay? Maybe I'm too old. And I just like, for me, like a 20-year-old is very young. And so is a 17-year-old. From where I'm standing. Do you see what I mean? "18 and 21 is weird too, LMAO." Wait, what? There's actual chatters who think an 18-year-old can't hook up with a 21-year-old? What the fuck? Wait, why? Wait, why not? What the fuck? Why do you guys think that's strange? That's so wild, dude. What the fuck? I didn't know there was a lot of Zoomers who felt this way. I'm learning a lot. The older you get, the shorter the distance feels, while the younger you are, the less life you've lived, so it feels closer. I think it's because you have put the legal age on 18, so that makes you an adult, but I know 30-year-olds that are still children. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't matter. Do you guys want to go into a college campus and just like literally arrest every person in college? Because if you have a problem with a 18 to 21 age difference, like you literally should lock up every person in college. Like every girl and every boy in college should be going to jail. Which ironically is not something that I would assume a leftist community that is like anti-aggressive punitive measures would be an advocate for. I think most people just start thinking 18 should be the starting point unless the relationship started when they were 15 or some shit. Like 18 to 20 is fine, but 18 to 16 is weird. 2-year difference though. I'm not saying I believe this. Why? I think it has to do with how young people are perceived. Like what the fuck? An 18-year-old and a 16-year-old hooking up in high school is literally not illegal, I don't think. And I didn't even know that the people were saying that this is unacceptable. Wait, what? I'm so confused. I didn't even. This is actually an interesting part of the discourse because I didn't know that that was like a thing that people thought. Both 17 and 20 and 18 and 21 is weird. Like my opinion on the subject revolves around me thinking that like everyone involved is young. You know what I mean? Do you guys think that like people that are 14 don't have sex with other like 14 and 15-year-olds and stuff? Like what? Like, do you guys think that like people only have sex once they hit 18? Like, how does that work? I mean, I didn't, but that was because I was in Turkey. Like, I would have loved to have sex when I was 14, 15. Oh my God, it would have been awesome. I thought about it every day, dude. Zoomers are having sex later than other generations. Damn. That's cool. I mean, I'm getting PTSD from left book sex discourse. I mean, that's your problem. You're talking on left book. They're either hypersexual sex pests who are masking their fucking hedonistic desires that are probably illegal by taking on a sex positive attitude, or they're like super draconian, super puritanical, anti-sex individuals who want to subject people to their own lifestyle choices and are masking those anti-sex opinions that they have because they're either terrified of sex because of personal trauma or other reasons, and they just don't want anyone to do it, and they're just hiding it by taking on this like measured stance against, you know, defending children or some shit. As a 17-year-old, one of my friends dating a 20-year-old who they have known for 4 years, and it's not weird, but if you just met a 20-year-old and date, it's super weird. Yeah, I mean, it's contextual. It can be weird. I was 15 when I lost my veganity. That's crazy. You were a vegan before 15, and then after 15, you're no longer vegan? Since then, I'm pretty chill about sex is an everyday thing that happens at 23. Damn, imagine being a vegan until 15 and then losing your veganity. It's literally the fact that a year feels like a bigger percentage of your life at that age. No, I understand that. The point is, this is the last thing I'm going to say on this issue. The point is, it's all contextual, right? There are gray areas, which is why I said 18 isn't perfect, but it's good. You understand? Just like the top of the hour ad break is perfect and also good. Now, I'm going to hit the 3-minute ad break here because I'm done. I'm too tired. Go on to continue. But here's a 3-minute ad break, and then after that, I'm done for the day. I was 24 dating 19 and honestly felt kind of weird, to be honest. I mean, why? Bro, how all getting laid at 15? I'm about that age and could never do something like that. I mean, these are fortunate individuals, brother. Trust me. Tomorrow, I have a roast. I don't know exactly what time it's going to be, right? Because today's Tuesday, right? So tomorrow I have a fucking roast. And goddamn, I gotta write some goddamn jokes, dude. The roast of Hasanabi's at 1 p.m. Pacific. So get excited for that. Powered by Cash App. You were serious about never gaming? How view count frogs killed gaming? No, that's not true. I'll return to gaming soon. It's just I haven't seen a game that I enjoy playing in a while. Like one that I would be down to play on stream. Isn't Austin doing Lover host tomorrow? No, we're doing a roast tomorrow of me and in person. It's going to be at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. But until then, I might try to stream in the morning leading up to it and maybe rate it or something. Or I might try to stream afterwards. I haven't decided yet. I have to figure it out. But, you know, we'll see what happens. Anyway. On that note, I will be rating my favorite TikTok Fortnite streamer. His name is Soda Poppy. You might have heard of him. He's famous for creating the L dance. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.